What's going on, mewing degenerates? So in today's video, I'm going to be covering one aspect of mewing that I don't see talk enough, and that is tongue chewing, okay? Brett Shitty Maverick is going to be like, oh bro, you should do the exercise. Fuck you, Brad. Fuck you. In all seriousness, I don't see this being preached enough. I think tongue chewing is one of the most undervalued and underexplained element of mewing that I think boosted my results drastically. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the video. If you have watched my video on hard mewing and soft mewing, you understood my stance on soft mewing, okay? So soft mewing is suction-based mewing, which is when you repeatedly swallow to adhere your tongue and glue your tongue on the palate through a vacuum. Now, if you watch that video, I've explained that yes, soft mewing is better than hard mewing because hard mewing requires consistent effort in pressing the tongue up. And this is bad, causes TMJ, jaw issues, and this is not going to get you good results. Now, what I do preach is soft mewing, so suction-based mewing, but with a little twist. You need to strengthen your tongue, and if you strengthen your tongue, subconsciously, your tongue is just going to glue on the palate, boosting your results. So one of the best exercises is tongue chewing. Now let's dive into how to do it because a lot of people do it wrong. Basically, what you want to do for tongue chewing is get 4 pieces of gum and mold it into this like bolus, okay? This is actually too small, but I don't have enough gum and I don't have my mastic gum with me. But you create this bolus, right? And the basic idea of it is you're going to use your tongue to spread it on the palate, right? The problem I see with people and what people do is that they use the tip of the tongue only to spread the palate. They only use the tip of the tongue to spread the gum, and this is not the good approach. Remember, most of your tongue is compromised by the back third. Your back third of the tongue, the back 30% of your tongue is where most of the muscles sit. So you need to work on that rather than the tip. The tip really just makes a very small portion of your tongue, okay? So instead of only using the tip of the tongue to spread the gum, which I see most people doing, you're gonna do the opposite. So you're gonna put the bolus, so the gum here, and you're gonna spread it like this. So from the back, middle, front, and then you're gonna kind of like spread it sideways, right? Now when you're tongue chewing, I really want you to focus on putting as much force as possible, especially with the back third. Like you need to cram the gum on your palate with as much force as possible, okay? And then you do this motion. And if you do this 1 hour a day, but be careful, don't overdo it, right? Do it maybe 30, 40 minutes a day. And if you do this 40 minutes a day, I can guarantee you within 1 month, your tongue is gonna be so much stronger, you're gonna be able to mew a lot easier, and you're gonna have a lot more mobility with your tongue. And the beauty of tongue chewing as well is, like in the previous video, I look at asymmetries, but tongue chewing is a very good exercise to be able to even out the force of your tongue on the palate. Because if you're mewing unevenly, so if your tongue is pushing more on one side, if you're tongue chewing, you're gonna be able to more balance out the other side, right? So the only thing you have to be careful of is that, as I previously mentioned and Mike Mew said, you need to balance out the inner and the outer U. So when you're tongue chewing, you also want to do an equal amount of chewing. But the problem as I see a lot is people only chew and work on the outer U and they don't tongue chew. Now, my regimen, what I did for the first couple months was like I tongue chewed for 2 hours a day and I chewed for 2 hours. Now, don't do this. I was an absolute idiot degenerate. I had issues, but the idea is still valid. If you can tongue chew 30 minutes a day and chew for 30 minutes a day, you're going to really be able to build up the outer U and the inner U. So if you do this every day and you do it throughout your whole mewing journey, you're gonna significantly increase your results. That's what I believe. That's what I think got me the most change. And that's when I got the most change is when I started implementing tongue chewing. Because for the first couple of months, I did 0 tongue chewing and I only chewed and actually created this like bloated look. But as soon as I started tongue chewing and incorporating with chewing, then my results became much better.